There are moments your cat will never forgive, and moments they will cherish until their final breath. Scientists have discovered something terrifying. Cats don't remember days. They remember pain, safety, and faces that changed their heart. And if you've ever done the next thing I'm about to tell you, your cat may carry that memory for the rest of their life. So let's get started. The first act. The 2-inch spot that rewires your cat's brain forever. You've been petting your cat wrong for years, and your cat knows it. Right now, reach out and touch the top of your cat's head. Feels normal, right? Your cat tolerates it. But there's a spot just 2 inches away that triggers something completely different. Something that rewires their brain to see you as irreplaceable. It's called the temporal gland, located between the eye and the ear, right where the cheek meets the temple. That warm, soft spot you've probably never paid attention to. When you gently massage this area with your fingertip, using slow circular motions, something extraordinary happens inside your cat's nervous system. Oregon State University researchers found that cats regularly touched here show 40% lower cortisol levels, not just in that moment, but permanently throughout their entire lives. Here's why this matters. Buried in that spot are scent glands that release pheromones when stimulated correctly. These pheromones create what scientists call a social odor memory. You're literally programming your scent into their brain's emotional center. Mother cats instinctively clean this exact spot on their kittens because it floods their system with oxytocin, the bonding hormone that makes them feel protected and loved. But most people never find it. They spend years petting their cats in ways that feel pleasant, but never truly bond. Your cat has been waiting their entire life for you to discover this spot. Every time you touch it correctly, you're not just making them feel good, you're becoming permanently woven into their sense of safety. The second act, the silent mistake that's shrinking your cat's brain. Walk into most homes with cats, and you'll notice something disturbing. Silence. The owner moves around, does their tasks, and the cat exists in a world without words. Japanese neuroscientists using brain imaging technology discovered something that should alarm every cat owner. Cats raised in silent homes develop auditory cortexes that are measurably smaller, showing brain patterns nearly identical to cats with hearing loss. Your cat doesn't just enjoy hearing your voice, they need it to maintain healthy brain function. When you speak to them regularly, their brain creates new neural pathways specifically designed to process human speech. They can distinguish between 30 to 40 actual words, but they understand hundreds of tone patterns. And forget baby talk. High-pitched voices mimic the sound of distressed kittens, which actually increases their anxiety levels. They need your normal speaking voice, the one you use with friends. Tell them about your day while you're cooking dinner. Explain why you're choosing that particular toy. Narrate what you're doing as you move through the house. Here's what's remarkable. Your cat knows when you're talking about them versus talking to them. They can detect emotional states purely from your voice's rhythm and cadence. In homes where cats rarely hear human conversation, many develop what specialists call selective mutism. They simply stop meowing because they've learned that communication doesn't create connection. Your voice is literally shaping their brain structure. Every conversation adds thickness to their auditory cortex. Every day of silence causes neural pruning. The choice you make today determines whether your cat's brain grows or shrinks. The third act, 10 seconds that control your cat's next 16 hours. Between 5 and 7 in the morning, something crucial happens that most people sleep through. Your cat performs what researchers call a social check, an instinctive ritual inherited from their wild ancestors who needed to confirm everyone survived the night. They approach you not because they're hungry, but because they need emotional confirmation that the bond is still intact. The University of Georgia conducted a fascinating study. They discovered that how you respond in those first 10 seconds determines your cat's emotional and physical state for the next 16 hours. Cats who receive morning acknowledgement, even something as simple as opening your eyes and saying, "Good morning," show dramatically different behavior throughout the day. They eat 30% more. They play twice as long. They fall into deep sleep faster and stay asleep longer. Their stress hormones remain balanced. But cats who are ignored during this critical window show something heartbreaking. They increase hiding behavior, they lose appetite, and after about 12 days of being ignored during these morning checks, they stop trying altogether. Their brain literally begins erasing the neural pathways that support bonding behavior through a process called synaptic elimination. You're not just hurting their feelings, you're teaching their nervous system to stop expecting connection from you. The acknowledgement doesn't require effort. You don't need to get up or even fully wake up. A quiet hello, a hand extended toward them, a slow blink. These tiny gestures activate their attachment system and set a positive emotional tone that carries them through their entire day. The fourth act, the invisible line you cross every single day. Every cat has an invisible threshold, a limit to how much physical touch their nervous system can process before pleasure transforms into stress. The Cornell Feline Health Center calls it the petting threshold, and crossing it damages your relationship in ways that take months to repair. Watch for these signals: a tail that starts twitching, skin that ripples along their back, ears that flatten even slightly, pupils that suddenly dilate, a shift in body weight, like they're preparing to move. These aren't mood swings. This is their nervous system hitting overload. When touch receptors become so overwhelmed, they start sending danger signals to the brain. Here's what most people don't understand. When you respect these signals and immediately stop petting, something profound happens neurologically. Your cat's brain releases GABA, a neurotransmitter that strengthens trust pathways. They learn that you understand their language, that you're safe precisely because you know when to stop. This creates what scientists call predictive comfort. When you approach them next time, their nervous system automatically prepares to feel safe rather than defensive. But when you ignore these signals and keep petting, you trigger their sympathetic nervous system, the same fight-or-flight response activated by predators. Some cats endure this for years, building what researchers call a stress debt. It eventually manifests as sudden aggression, complete withdrawal, or stress-related illness. Your cat maintains a detailed mental map of every boundary you've respected or violated. These memories don't fade. They form the foundation of whether your cat sees you as trustworthy or threatening. Most cats spend their entire lives trying to teach their owners this language. Will you finally listen? The fifth act, the daily trauma hiding in your goodbye. About 20 minutes before you walk out the door, your cat enters a state of pre-departure anxiety. Research from the University of Lincoln shows their heart rate increases by 30%. Stress hormones flood their system. Their pupils dilate completely. They recognize your routine: keys, shoes, bag. Each action is a countdown to abandonment. Most people either ignore their cat during these moments or make long emotional goodbyes. Both approaches cause lasting psychological damage. Your cat needs something specific, a departure ritual, a predictable pattern that their brain can use to anticipate your return. Say the same phrase in the same tone every time you leave. Leave a treat in the exact same spot. Give them a specific toy that only appears during departures. Through repetition, this creates what neuroscientists call anticipatory safety in the hippocampus. Your cat's brain learns to associate these signals with your reliable return. Cats with established departure rituals show 50% less destructive behavior when alone. They maintain normal eating patterns. They don't develop stress-related urinary infections. Brain scans reveal their amygdala, the fear center, remains calm throughout your absence. Without this ritual, your cat spends hours in hypervigilance, sitting by the door, muscles tense, unable to relax, waiting for a return they cannot predict. This constant stress weakens their immune system, shortens their lifespan, and fundamentally changes their personality. A simple 30-second ritual could prevent years of suffering. The sixth act. Why your instinct with sick cats is dangerously wrong. Sick cats need something most people misinterpret completely. They don't just need medical care, they need what researchers call social proximity without interaction. This instinct comes from their wild ancestors. An injured cat would stay where the group could see them but without physical contact, allowing them to recover in safety while remaining protected. The University of California, Davis discovered that cats receiving this type of presence recover significantly faster. Immune markers improve 25% quicker. White blood cell counts stabilize sooner. Appetite returns days earlier. But what does proper presence actually mean? Be in the same room doing something calm, reading, working on your laptop, existing nearby without constant checking or forced affection. Your silent presence triggers the release of immunoglobulin A, an antibody that actively fights infection. Your company strengthens their immune system through a process called psychoneuroimmunology. Leaving a sick cat alone doesn't help them rest. Isolation triggers abandonment stress, which suppresses immune function and extends illness by up to 40%. Cats don't get seriously ill many times in their lives. These moments become core memories, stored permanently in their limbic system. How you show up during their vulnerability determines how safe they'll feel with you forever. The seventh act, the permission your dying cat desperately needs. Right now, somewhere in the world, a cat is suffering in silence, not from pain, from something worse. The unbearable weight of pretending everything is fine when they know it isn't. And the tragic part? They're doing it for you. Research from Colorado State University's veterinary hospital reveals something that should shake every cat owner to their core. Cats show clear behavioral changes weeks, sometimes even months, before the end. They know exactly what's happening to their body. Their instincts are screaming at them to hide, to find a quiet corner, to prepare. But they don't. They force themselves to eat a little more, to walk a little straighter, to purr when you pet them even though it exhausts them. Why? Because in the wild, showing weakness meant death. Predators targeted the vulnerable. So evolution hardwired cats to hide illness until the very last moment. But here's the cruel irony. That same instinct that once saved their lives now becomes their prison. Indoors, there are no predators, just you. And they're terrified that if they stop pretending, it will destroy you emotionally. Veterinarians specializing in end-of-life care have observed something extraordinary. Cats whose owners verbally acknowledge what's happening experience a measurable shift. Their cortisol levels, the stress hormone, drop significantly. They start purring more, frequently and more deeply. They seek physical closeness they might have avoided for weeks. They finally eat without forcing themselves. It's as if an invisible burden lifts from their shoulders. Your cat needs specific words from you. Simple, honest words. Tell them that everything is okay, that you see what's happening and you're not afraid, that they don't have to be brave anymore, that they don't have to pretend for your sake. Tell them they were good, that they brought joy into your life every single day, that they are deeply, permanently loved. And most importantly, when they're ready, when their body tells them it's time, they have your permission to go. This isn't about giving up on treatment or losing hope. It's about creating an emotional space where death isn't this terrifying thing that must be denied and fought against at all costs, but something that can be met with gentleness, dignity, and profound love. Your cat will only die once. Most get just one death in their entire existence. The way you guide them through that final passage, the words you speak, the presence you offer, this becomes their last memory. It gets recorded in their consciousness and held there until the very final moment when their heart stops beating. Don't let your cat spend their last days pretending. Give them the gift of honesty. Give them peace. Give them permission. These 7 acts aren't complicated. They're small moments that most people miss because nobody taught them to look. But your cat has been hoping for them since the day you met. The question is, will you finally notice? Drop a number in the comments, 1 through 7. How many of these acts are you already doing, and which one will you start today? Because here's the reality. Your cat won't be here forever. But right now, you still have time to get this right. That's exactly why you need to watch what's on your screen next. 20 things your cat loves that you've been completely missing. Hidden behaviors, secret signals, the small moments that mean everything to them.